What's going on, everybody? Paint Marine here with a In the Crosshairs, a look at 2019. First day in 2019 is today as I'm making this video, and Warhammer Community has put up this new article, the top 5 things to look forward to in 2019. And as I'm making this, we will get to a very interesting thing that somebody discovered and kind of brought up in some other Facebook and Warhammer groups. Which I don't know. We'll see how that's going to play out. So, the top 5 things they're telling us that we need to look forward to. Let's see here. 40K. So the Day of Reckoning. We've got the Gene Stealer cults. You've been waiting for their moment to strike in 2019. Second wave of these insidious infiltrators will be landing alongside a new codex. We got to look at some of the new models you can expect to see in 2019 at Vigilus Open Day. So I expect we'll see more this week, as well as the New Year's Open Day will be taking place this weekend. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing all the stuff that's going to be coming out of that event. So definitely interested in that. But I'm more so actually interested in these just because of that ATV four-wheeler that they had previewed. That I can't wait to get a hold of that just to convert to my Elysians for a Mongoose style Sentinel to use in my kind of ODST Halo themed Elysian force. Next, Mysteries from the Black Fortress. If you've been playing the Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress, you're already hungry for more. You won't have to wait long. 2019 will see new models for this game of Dark Quest and new expansions to boot. If you thought a Man of Iron was cool, you haven't seen anything yet. So I find this also interesting. We all kind of know, like, since they announced it, that they said there would be additional expansions and everything else with Blackstone Fortress. I myself have not even made it to the end, much less a game yet. I'm actually painting some of these models here, but I'm going to start playing here before everything's painted. But very interested in this more so. I mean, they say there's more models coming, which is kind of, I guess, expected. But then it also says and new expansions like. Kind of one wouldn't come without the other. I kind of feel like, if anything, they should have said that there would be new expansions and new models to boot. Yeah, I don't know why they did it that order. And then they said if you thought Man of Iron was cool, you haven't seen anything yet. So potentially, well, not potentially, but most certainly, not only new models, but something we haven't ever seen before. Probably not another Man of Iron. But something just as unexpected, because I don't think anybody would have guessed that a Man of Iron model would have been made. Excuse me. So, yeah, definitely interested in see what's going on there. I'm curious too if some of the new models that they're talking about will potentially be like maybe remakes, some changes to some of the characters that we already see. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see for sure. More Kill Team. Kill Team, the game of skirmish warfare in the 41st millennium, will continue to grow in 2019 with further expansions to offer you new ways to play and let you use even more of your favorite units and factions in the game. So this is one that I'm going to touch on a little bit more here in a minute. But like this Kill Team, I think, has been very successful with their new expansion, their new everything. But it's definitely the gateway drug, and with them continuing like with Kill Team commanders and everything, and then it's adding even more units into there. It's just gonna keep getting larger and larger until I don't know where the line, like where are they gonna draw the line finally between Kill Team and 40K, like the main 40K rule set, because I mean if they keep growing and at some point you're just gonna have full-fledged armies again. Instead of these small Kill Team style units and things. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. It's definitely interesting that they are talking about adding even more favorite units and factions. I mean, factions kind of make sense. Units, I'm not too sure. I don't know if it's more along the lines of just like what we've seen previewed in the new White Dwarf coming out, or that some people in the UK already have. Where there are recruit Kill Team rules, like that's definitely different. We already have Tau, but now you can bring a recruit Kill Team, which I think is pretty awesome. I don't know if it means something more along that line. I'm hoping it's something more along kind of those lines versus oh, now you can bring kind of like a few smaller vehicles, like you can bring speeders or scout bikes or something on that end. Hopefully we don't start getting too crazy with that. But more on this here in a little bit. I'll be right, and we'll get back to that. The war for Vigilus continues, with Vigilus Defiant now on shelves and in hands of gamers across the world. The stage is set for an epic second chapter of this massive conflict, with the Black Legion set to arrive on the Sentinel world of 41st Millennium. Could be in for even more major developments. Now, I expect that we will see this at the end of the 80 days thing, which there's a countdown clock somewhere. I can't remember where they have it right now, but 80 days since the campaign book dropped on shelves. I expect that we will see the second campaign book, as well as probably some new Chaos Space Marine models that are more geared toward Black Legion, but really are kind of like the just resculpts, remakes of the generic Chaos Space Marines that you can add to your force. And then finally for 40K is it's finally happening. It's the year that Plastic Sisters of Battle are coming at last, and whether you're a new player, been waiting decades for this to happen, it's going to blow you away. I definitely agree with that. I'm pretty excited myself. I definitely want to pick them up, but I'm actually going to try to show a bit of restraint, hopefully, and wait to pick them up, just based on the fact that I have so much other stuff I got to get painted first before I can think about getting not just new models, but like a completely new army, because that's what this will be. I did have quite a bit of Sisters of Battle stuff, kind of the older stuff. I ended up selling it all out, selling it off probably about a year or so ago. In anticipation of this, I didn't expect this to take quite as long. I actually thought Sisters would be here last year, and then they let known that no, they're not going to be out in 2018, and that they are going to be 2019. And then we found out the Codex and all that coming out, the Beta Codex. So yeah. We'll see. Like I said, I'm definitely at some point I will be getting this army, just because they're pretty awesome and I can't wait to see the new sculpts and everything. But I am going to try to show some uncharacteristic restraint to buying models. So, all right, that's about all I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to go over the Age of Sigmar stuff. If people are interested in that, I mean, there's some interesting stuff there. Like I said, I don't really play Age of Sigmar. I have in the past. I had a Sylvaneth army and then the Overlord's army, but I've since sold those off. But I want to get back here to this kill team. So something that was brought to my attention, I had to look it up myself. Is somebody posted that the kill team starter set appears to no longer be available or found on the Games Workshop website, and I thought that was interesting. So I did a quick little search myself, and sure enough, I mean, you can scroll all the way through. I mean, we got the manual, the expansion, Commander's expansion, the Rogue Trader still, but nothing else here is still available. And then you come back down here, you see no longer available for the Writhing Shadow. This says temporarily out of stock, but I expect the kill zones will start disappearing as well. But then again, no longer available for the Tempestus, the Fangs of Ulfrich, the Space Wolves one, no longer available. This kill zone is no longer available. So a lot of things are starting to kind of disappear and drop off. Oh, this is the collection. Okay. So this one is actually, they're still here. It must just, it's because of the dice, I bet. That's why these ones are no longer available. So those ones are because of the dice are sold out, so you can't get the collections anymore with the dice. They no longer have them. Not sure why this kill zone is no longer available though. So that's interesting though. But yeah, there's no actual starter set on here anywhere. So I find that quite interesting. That you can't get the actual starter set. So what does that mean? Oh, well, there's been many rumors that there's going to be Inquisition and Kill Team coming out, so I could see them creating a new type of starter set for this coming year that'll have maybe an Inquisition force versus some other, obvious enemy. But I could definitely see that coming as a new Kill Team set, because just releasing that as a separate expansion, akin to like Rogue Trader or Commander's thing. I mean, you can see the price differences there here in the U.S. dollars. If they did do this was what 160, I think it was U.S. for the starter. I mean, that's only a $30 difference from the Rogue Trader set, but it's still $30 more that they can put in their pockets. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought that was interesting, kind of a difference there. So, we will have to see what the 2019 will actually bring in the end. So, all right. Well, thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, check out the Facebook page, see what I got going on there. And until next time.